Hello, my weary travelers. My name is Derek, and this is Weird Ventures. And right now, we're going through the Sunless Citadel. So, without further ado, let's move everybody to the right map and direct our attention to the right place. So, today, our group is getting ready for a bit of a long rest, and we're gonna go around and have everybody introduce themselves. So we'll go ahead and we'll start off with Balthazar.
Boy, am I first. Hello, I'm Cosmic, currently playing Balthazar, our resident Azamar Grave Cleric.
And what a grave cleric he is. Next up, we'll go for Biner.
Hi, this is Chris. I'm playing Biner, the Loxodon Druid, Star Druid.
Yes, indeed. And third up, we'll go with Aina.
Hello, my name is RJ. I'm playing Aina, the Halfling Enchantment Wizard.
Yes, indeed. And we'll now go to Ophelia.
Hello, my name is Corey. I'm playing the Triton Sorcerer / Warlock, Ophelia.
Love what RJ did with the artwork. Every time I see it, I'm like, that's good stuff.
I know.
It
I love
is
it so
good
much.
shit.
It is real good stuff. But now we'll go to Penny.
This is Jennifer playing Penny, Peanut, Posy, Poppy, your garden, your forest gnome, phantom rogue forest gnome.
Yes. And sadly, we don't have Miguel this week, but we do have a surprise guest. So if you'd like to introduce yourself. Ellie. Oh no. Ellie, is everything okay? Oh no.
You cursed
Uh-oh.
them!
I did. I cursed Ellie's mic not to work. Oh no.
Shame.
I know, a great shame. We'll give a few seconds to see what's going on. Hopefully this isn't a bad omen for the rest of the session. Ellie, if you can hear us, can you type something in the Discord? Alright. I'm not seeing anything being typed in the Discord, so I'm gonna assume maybe some connection trouble.
Oh no.
Which is okay. We'll go ahead and we'll say that the baby dragon is sleeping.
Oh, did she drop?
Yeah, I think it must be a connection thing. So we'll say the baby dragon is sleeping for the moment. And
Baby
instead,
dragon passed out.
we'll get right to the action. So yeah, give me 1 second, and I'm gonna just move baby dragon to the corner, and we'll give him a little snooze icon. There we go. But yeah, would any of you like to do a recap of the events of last week for some sweet, delicious inspiration? Do you want to give it a shot, Cosmic?
Do we get double inspiration if I already have one?
You could hand it over to somebody else who doesn't have one if you like.
Yeah, sure. I'll bat it to someone else after. Okay. So, last we left off, we were in the big old room where we had to fight a werewolf
Mm-hmm.
and a bunch of other stuff. It's decided to take a break and kind of continue exploring the rest of this floor of the dungeon. Ultimately, we decided to go due south because that seemed like the place to go.
Mm-hmm.
And as we followed the hallway, it seemed like there was a bit of a fissure that destroyed part of the hallway and kind of shifted things around, as you can see in the normal map.
Mm-hmm.
But as we were stumbling our way through, we heard singing in Draconic, which only Biner and Ophelia could understand. With some caution, we followed the singing and came to find out that it was a little baby dragon, just in a pile of gold, singing to themselves. Though Biner and Ophelia were the only ones to know this, it was counting a gold rendition of 99 bottles of beer on the wall. And instead of counting down, the little dragon was counting up. So, we found out what happened to the dragon egg, it seemed.
That you did.
But, as we approached, we got intercepted by a lava version of, assumably, Balak. That was a construct, and it was like, hey, are you part of the team? And I know, quick thinking that he was like, yes, we are. We're here to help.
Biner, I think Biner and you and it was Biner and somebody else convinced it that y'all were going to take it for a walk, right?
Biner and Ophelia. Ophelia especially, because she pulled the she pulled the I am a doctor card. Listen to me, and convinced the dragon's quote unquote babysitter to let us take the little baby out for a walk because they had the poor baby dragon chained up in the little room.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, yeah, we're gonna take her for a walk, and then promised we'd bring her back in like 20 minutes. And we went to the other half of the hallway and found this dragon room, where there was a chest, a dragon, or no, not a dragon chest set. It was just a regular old chest set in front of the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Ophelia played against it, won, and suddenly the regular chess pieces turned into little miniatures of the party. And we were just like, what the fuck is up with this, huh? And as we were discussing what to do and how to, help free the baby dragon and convince it that, yeah, no, your babysitter is kind of shit. And, you shouldn't be chained up in your little room. You should be a free little dragon. Seems like by the time we finished that conversation, the 20 minutes were up and Fire Babysitter got angry and came running. That we had released the baby from her baby leash.
Mm-hmm.
And got to fighting. Fireman was summarily defeated. And we convinced the baby dragon to, come hang out with us for a little while. We'd even collect like her gold and shit, so like she doesn't have to leave her things unprotected. Most of the party went to go and collect that. Balthazar and Ina stayed behind because tired, old, and they were discussing some stuff with the about the baby dragon and about the weird chess set that they found. Ina did some arcane shenaniganery, found out that, hey, this chess set could be used for strategy purposes because it seems like it is connected to the subconsciousness of the person who won in playing a game on it, and that being Ophelia. So it has strategic purposes because you can come up with make little miniatures of like other things that that are ahead, and if you know the shape of a room, you can have it show up on the little chess set. and so we could do strategy shenanigans with it. But that's gonna be for a later date.
Yes.
Ophelia and Aina played against each other, which Aina, despite having never played chess before, summarily kicked her ass in. And now he's in control of the board and came up with a little miniature of Block. So we now know what he looks like. And that was where we ended off the session.
Yes. In fact, we ended off in a very particular spot, but I'll get to that in a second, because our baby dragon has returned. And because they have returned, Ellie, we're going to have you go ahead and introduce yourself as our baby dragon. So, we'll show the little art to everybody if you'd like to do a little introduction for yourself.
Yes, I am incredibly sorry.
Oh, it's all good.
My name is my name is Ellie, and I am playing the adorably naive Valkyrex, a baby dragon.
Yes. And some of you have already discovered the cool thing I was going to show off, but the one thing that was left out of that recap was that y'all found a interesting bone scroll case in the cave, and are in Kalsrix's hoard, rather, and it had some script on it, and that script we can now post in Dwarvish, and only the characters who know Dwarvish will be able to read it. So the script reads,
Oh, that's hot.
this, which, Aina, you're more than welcome to share that with your friends. But yeah. Oh, I guess I will add a little bit extra to just so everyone knows how it works. Basically, when you type something in the text box, there should be a little drop-down menu that has all the languages. So if you're wondering how other people are doing that, that's how you do it. And you can speak in whichever language you like, and it comes off as gibberish to everybody else. Unless, of course, they know that language too, then the two of you are both able to read it. So yeah, pretty cool.
Nice.
I'm assuming no one is speaking Draconic because I understand none of what has been said, which is amazing.
So far, I'm seeing. I posted in Celestial and in Infernal. I don't know about the rest.
I can read several things that people have said.
I can read my own, and that is it. Everything else is gibberish to me.
It's a mystery.
We're talking shit. Can't know it.
Talking about me.
The Sacred Brews of Kundrakar. Penny, this case is locked. A lot.
Indeed, it is locked. The bone case
I
having
thought
a
I went
little...
down. I was like,
yeah,
shit,
no,
did I not come in?
I was
Yeah,
waiting
we
for
were
a
all
response.
waiting for Penny.
Yeah, but
I wasn't sure that you were talking to me.
no,
Sorry.
it's all good.
I was so sidetracked by the languages
No, it's okay. Absolutely.
and lost. So sorry.
It
Can I
is
try
all
to-
good.
Can I try to unlock the locks?
Yeah. As it's handed over to you, indeed you may. If you'd like to, make a sleight of hand roll, or actually you have expertise in lockpicking, don't you?
I have thieves' tools.
Yeah, so find your thieves' tools and make a roll with that. And I think it should be set up to use your expertise already.
Also, I got the inspiration. Yeah, I'll toss it Jen's way.
All right. Excellent, excellent. So, yeah. Rolled a 14, which normally wouldn't be enough to unlock it. But if you'd like to use your inspiration to roll a second time, Penny, you absolutely may.
I don't have inspiration.
Oh,
No, I got the inspiration for the summary. I already have one. Derek said I could bat it off to someone else. I'm batting it to you.
I see. I'm
You can
following.
tell how much he's been lost in the language while reading.
yeah, it's all good.
Okay, so you want me to do what again?
If you would like to use the inspiration, it lets you re-roll a roll. So if you
Sure.
want to use it, you can make a second roll to see if you can figure out this lock.
Sure, I will try.
All right. And give it another click.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, it is. It is a stubborn lock. And we use the highest out of the two rolls, so we use your 14. But as you're doing it, you almost feel something shifting around inside the lock, as if it's like batting your pick away. You're pretty sure that this is magically locked.
Okay, so I'm gonna just relay that to everybody so they know.
Mhm.
Penny, I might have something. Hold on, let me double check my notes because I don't think it showed up in my Oh, no, I do have it. I'm gonna knock with the rusty gauntlet on it.
All right. Yeah, that works like a knock spell. So as you do that, I believe a knock spell makes an extremely loud noise, does it not?
Probably. I don't know. I don't know.
If I'm
I'm
recalling
pretty sure
right.
it does.
Yeah, let me just double check real quick. Looking at my spells here. Spells and knock. Whoop, there we go. Let's see. Yes. 300 feet away. So all of you in this enclosed little room, your ears are probably ringing as you put on this gauntlet and sort of shake your fist, and it's just thump, 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 echoing throughout. And just give me 1 second to check something real quick.
Well, we're in a cavern.
Balthazar has his
The
hands
sound-
over his ears.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
a little bit harder to pinpoint, at least, hopefully.
Excellent.
Maybe.
Okay, that's all I needed to know.
Concern. Oh, dear.
The scroll case does pop open, though.
Hey!
Yeah.
My gauntlet's now useless.
I really hope you're happy with yourself.
I mean, I wanted to get it open for Penny, of course. I'm gonna take a
Really
peek at the
just for Penny.
scroll.
All right. It's also written in Dwarvish, and it seems to be something, pretty straight up with what you've read. You don't know too much about this because you're not a brewer yourself, but it does appear to be a recipe for making a type of mushroom-based beer out of, well, mushrooms, all written in Dwarvish. And while you're looking at it, you can make a nature roll for me if you like.
And
Yeah, a lot of these ingredients you have not heard of before, but you can safely say that, whatever it is being locked up the way it is, seems like it's probably pretty dang valuable. even as a recipe, even without just creating it. Though, probably more lucrative if you keep the recipe for yourself and figure out how to make and distribute it. But yeah. That's a brief glance over. It's a pretty in-depth process.
Well, Penny, you are now a proud owner of a Dwarven mushroom beer recipe.
I have mushrooms. Can we make it? What else do we need?
There's...
And actually, do you think it's safe? Because it was locked up. Maybe it's not safe.
I was just gonna start listing off the ingredients to Penny. Like, in reverbing them back in common. And seeing if anything, like, I guess, jump starts for anybody listening to see, like, if those ingredients are poisonous or not.
Absolutely.
Can we?
Yeah, you can roll some nature checks.
Alright, let's do it.
Let's see. Normal roll. Hey, 15. Not bad.
Not too bad.
Wow.
Oh, none of us know mushrooms.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like Balthazar has like a little bit of a knowledge.
A little bit. So yeah, you recognize a couple of them. You recognize, flamebeard mushrooms, and another one called fuse caps, things like that. Those aren't poisonous to your knowledge, so it doesn't seem like it's entirely poisonous. But and since you're reading through the whole thing, you also do get to another point where it has sort of this dwarvish hymn that it says you're supposed to sing while stirring it, and you can roll me a religion if you'd like.
It's worse.
Nope.
8.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It seems to be a hymn to some god called Heletka, but you don't know that god.
Does he say the name out loud?
Probably, I would imagine.
Yeah, at this point, I'm just, like, professor reading it out loud.
So reading.
Yeah, if anybody else
Reading.
wants to roll a religion, they can as well.
I'm curious about it. Religion. 10. Nope.
I got a 21.
Excellent.
God, this is not great for a rolling for the day.
Feed me the knowledge.
Listen, get the bad rolls out now.
Yeah. So, Ophelia, maybe you went to like a library and learned about this there, or maybe you got wasted at a bachelorette party or something. But Heletka is the goddess, the Dwarven goddess of booze and battle. And she is very much known throughout the land. A lot of breweries will put up like a little bit of a shrine to her. Again, they're not really pushy for their religion, so like to a lot of people it just looks a little bit like a busty Valkyrie that's holding 2 big mugs of booze that is on the wall. But
Marketing.
yeah, if you ask about it, they're like, oh yeah, nah, she's the best goddess around.
That's the Dwarven battle goddess of the Dwarven goddess of booze and battle. The fishing hamlet that's offshore by my city. I've gone there for a few drinks every now and then.
Oh, thank you for that spelling, Ophelia.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Certainly interesting.
and probably has, that's either gonna get you really drunk, or it's gonna do something for you in bed. Or both. Dwarves are... And Ina just kind of smiles fondly. Dwarves... They're a handful. If you want, Penny, I can take time over the next couple days to translate this for you. So you
Sure.
have it in common.
Yes, if you don't mind. Just take it and translate. Give it back to me when you're done.
Of course. Did you want to keep the original as well, or...
Sure.
Okay. Just double checking. And then Ina's just gonna pull out their book and automatically just start translating.
All right.
Ever the studious.
It's that wizard prowess. So, I believe y'all were planning on sleeping here for the night, yes?
That's
Yes.
correct.
Excellent.
Mhm.
Are you going to be setting up any sorts of watches or anything quite like that?
Well, I believe.
Balthazar would want to.
Yeah, after the spell, yes.
I'm not the problem child, I swear.
All right.
I don't know, but one person has to doubt. Balthazar kind of looks at the group and just says, I'll take first watch.
All right. First
I think we were
watch.
going to have Calcrix sleep in front of the door as well as a sort of makeshift door stop as the door opens inwards.
Yeah, and you are the only one who is fireproof.
Yep.
Yeah.
A shield and a door stop.
All right. So Balthazar is doing first watch. Does anyone want to do first watch with Balthazar?
Here's the question.
All right. Who wants to do second watch?
I'll do second watch.
Okie dokie.
I'll do second watch as well.
All right. And then who would like to do third watch?
I guess I can.
Okay. Penny will get all the sleep. Neat. Then in that case, we'll have Urki do first watch with Balthazar. So, yeah, everybody starts to sort of get settled for the night. Then, get all cozy and curled up and all of that stuff. Balthazar, how are you spending your watch?
So he's gonna sit where he is in the map right now. Leans back against the wall, crisscross legs, and he sort of goes into a slight meditation, but he's sort of messing around with the signet ring that they found in the chest that belonged to Silverane.
Mm-hmm.
Just thoughtful expression, and just sort of inwardly wondering just what on earth happened and why he left the ring behind if he is still alive.
Right. And yeah, as you're doing that, go ahead and roll me a perception.
Oh boy. Perception. Eh.
Not
It's
totally
not
terrible.
the worst, but
It's not the worst, yeah.
it is. So yeah, you're fiddling with your ring, and at one point, Urki sort of gets up and sort of makes his way over, seeing you fiddle with it. He'll take a seat and look at the door with you and just say, do you think what that wolf guy was saying is true? Do you think he's okay?
not sure if Silverin is okay, though the Wolfman wasn't lying when he said that Silverin was alive. So he kind of looks up at Erky and gives the poor gnome a sympathetic look, because he knows Erky has known Silverin longer than Balthazar knew Silverin.
Mm-hmm.
We will simply have to hope for the best, expect the worst.
Yeah, I guess we will. Says with a small nod of his own. He'll take a seat next to you.
Yeah.
Get a little comfy there.
We'll make some room. Were the two of you close?
I wouldn't say that we were super close. He was a pretty, serious type of fella. But, he was headstrong, and I really like that about him. I'd never really been on an adventure before or anything. This is my first time really getting out there and trying to help people. So having someone who's a little more experienced is nice. I guess maybe I let it sort of get to me, in that I maybe let my guard down a little too much. Maybe I was a little too naive going down here. I was just looking for a good adventure, and, yeah.
It's certainly a lot for a first-time adventure, and Balthazar gives Erky a pat on the shoulder.
Yeah, he nods his head. I heard there's gonna be dragon stuff down here, and I've always wanted to learn more about them and all of that. And I mean, there's one right over there, he says, and he has a big smile on his face still, despite everything, when he looks over at Calstrix sleeping. But I guess I just wasn't prepared for all the other stuff.
I don't think there's any way to prepare for any of the bad things that happen to us.
Yeah, I guess there's not. Sure, I'm lucky y'all showed up, though. Says with a few awkward little chuckles. Getting a little more dour as he thinks on what could have happened if you did not.
Yes. Well, it's certainly a good thing Penny and Forum decided to follow a rat.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have ever found you as quickly as we did had they not.
Yeah. He says with a few small nods. Silverane, you talked about your goddess, and I didn't know too much about her. I feel like I still don't, but I don't know. He sounded so sure that, once you pass, it's not even really a bad thing or something to be too scared of. And I already know one of my friends didn't make it. We buried him back in the rat room. I guess I'm just... Do you think he'll be okay on the other side?
I'm sure he will be. My lady welcomes all with open arms. She is not. It is of our belief that all living things are essentially her children, which she waits eagerly for their return. Somewhat. Our teachers, the ones who taught us our magics and our ways, they've likened her once somewhat of a patient mother, I believe, with us being her children who have gone away from home, seeking adventure and glory, as people are wont to do. And she is simply waiting for us to return and eventually share what stories we've accumulated, the people we've met, the things we've experienced. Death is simply a resting point. And whether you believe it or not, it is either the final end or simply a place to rest before potential reincarnation.
Oh, I do suppose that's a nice thing to be waiting for then, to come back in a different form. I hope he ends up somewhere nice.
I believe he will be.
And with that, you watch as Erky, his eyes are starting to get a little heavy. Slowly starts to drift off to sleep, and as he does, you get a feeling that it's getting around time for your watch to come to an end and wake up the next two.
Yeah. Balthazar will, and first he's gonna adjust Erky a little bit, so the poor doe was like laying down.
Mm-hmm.
Takes out a bit of cloth from his bag and folds it up so Erky has a little pillow before he stands, stretches, and walks over to Ophelia and Ina and gives them both sort of light taps on the shoulder. It's your turn.
Of course.
Is anything exciting?
No, it was quiet. Hopefully it remains that way.
Agreed.
Nod to the both of them and give them both small smile before going back. It shifts over to here instead and leans back, crosses his arms, and sort of lets his head drop a little bit to sleep.
Alright. So, Ophelia and Einar, both of you roll me a perception.
Okay.
I'm gonna place out that chessboard to the side of them, just for a little visual too.
Alright.
Ugh.
Good to know.
Yikes.
I'll keep those scores in mind the rest of your rest, but how are y'all spending it?
Ophelia would probably take out a medical journal that she has just to keep reading, and possibly just kind of glancing at the chessboard.
Mm-hmm.
Ida's gonna be translating that recipe for Penny to surprise them in the morning. Because they estimated a couple days, but they kind of wanted to get it done.
Yeah. You get a head start on it. It's gonna take a little while. But, yeah. Did y'all have any conversations you wish to have to each other, or do you feel the two of you are probably keeping to yourself for most of the watch?
Ophelia would ask Aina, you may have said this before, but you said Balak was a part of your tribe? That's how you know them?
At one point they were. I remember them coming into the tribe years and years ago. And then something just went wrong. Bad. The elders weren't... They were forthcoming to let me know when I am, what I'm doing now, hunting them, that they were wanted and for trying to bring violence into the tribe. She's been gone from our tribe itself for... check my notes. I wrote that down. I wrote that down.
Pulls out a book.
Well,
Somewhere.
while you're looking for that,
10, 15 minutes.
Oh, God.
while you're looking for that, Ophelia, your back sort of stands up straight as your posture stiffens a bit. You swear you heard the echo of a door slamming somewhere further deep within this maze of caverns. And again, faint by the time it gets to you through the door. The point Einar doesn't really pick up on it. They're deep in thought trying to recall this information, but you hear it.
She'll kind of get up. Presumably she's sitting down. She would just sort of get up and just kind of look at the door. I just heard a door slam.
Do you know how far off?
I don't think I could tell. Sounds sort of far. Definitely. There weren't really any doors, though, that led. Besides, the one that we took to get down the hallway.
Perhaps there was, when we dropped in, a door up in that cavern that we didn't take. I want to call it a hallway. And then there is, I guess...
There's that door to the east.
Yeah.
But I take it I don't hear any type of... it was just the door, nothing else.
Yeah. From how far away it was, you get the feeling unless there's something else that was as loud as that door slamming, you probably wouldn't be able to hear it.
Gotcha. It's not it just makes me wonder if the person or people moving about are comfortable, careless. I'd like to think if it was for us, then I wouldn't have heard that door slam. I still think it's nothing, but I guess we'll have to be extra alert. I don't think it's worth waking anybody else up for.
Of course, we'll wait and see. Let everyone rest for now.
How long was Balak in your tribe for again?
Banished 15 years. In tribe, years run together. I myself never really crossed paths with them. I was the Skullwalker, so we stick to our own tree striders pretty closely.
Right. And so, you prefer him alive, correct?
The only way I can go back to my tribe.
I don't have any plans to kill him, but if he dies, what does that mean for you?
Honestly, I don't know. There's no way I could disprove that if I killed him, which is exile from the tribe for me raising my magic to do harm. And you see Aina frown because he's been using powerful magic this entire time.
Yeah.
I'm God. I'm sure you're. I don't. Does your tribe just ban harmful magic in self-defense?
Why use harmful magic when you can just change someone's mind? There's definitely bitterness to that.
No.
Oh.
Might
There's
be.
there's no guarantee that that would work.
Oh, I know. Why
And even-
Skullwalkers have tree striders, because tree striders can at least use their bows and arrows and defend themselves.
I think you should be able to use magic how you see fit. Granted, there are limits, but it goes back to what you should say. Keep pushing yourself, or what we said earlier. I mean, keep pushing yourself and experiment.
People frown on experimentation with magic in my tribe. My grandmother used to tell me about their sibling and how they always experimented with anything they could get their hands on before they came into our tribe.
What happened to him?
My grandmother's brother died. I think she said it was very horrific. Got in with a group of people, had some things on him, kind of went bad. She wasn't too specific.
Understandable. How goes retranscribing your spells?
Spells are fine. The scroll for Penny, it's a wall of text.
The tattoo ink isn't too smudged or ruined?
They still work when I use them. They light up. That's the most important part.
So,
that's why I'm so covered.
Why don't you use a spell book?
The spells are easily ripped out of books. You lose your book, you lose the spell. My tribe, I'll just flat out say it, as I said before, we're not allowed to use harmful magic, and you noticed. I know you noticed. Everyone's noticed. It's gonna come back and bite me. I've been using very harmful magic. Spell books can get confiscated, but my tribe, we always wear so much clothes to blend in to the surroundings that no one would look different if you just hid spells underneath your clothes, on your skin.
That makes sense. Sometimes I thought I had it sort of rough, but having to I've never had to actually conceal who I was or my practice, I guess.
You think, Philo, that I was set up to fail?
To bring back a Balak alive?
Yes, especially with only mind-altering magic. Do you think the elders knew what they were doing when they sent me on my way?
Going through everything that we've talked through, it does seem like it's an impossible task. But as you know, it's not like we already haven't encountered impossible things. And she'll just kind of look away from you for a moment. So, who knows? If they'd banished him, I'm shocked they want him back to begin with. Unless it's just to stay on trial or something.
Or it's a trial thing, more than I left in the dead of night, you can't catch me thing.
That's totally fair. And not to keep bringing up sore subjects for you, but you said you had a former partner?
Who,
And
actually?
You were incredibly dense?
Oh, Tyr. Tyr was my partner and my husband. He was my tree strider.
What happened to them?
Like I said, it's a shame Skullwalkers aren't allowed to use harmful magic.
I feel like you don't have to say anymore. And I'm really sorry for pressing it.
It's alright. It's been 30 years now.
30 years. I forget we're the old. Well, besides Banur, we're the old.
Yes, we're traveling with a middle-aged man and children.
Exactly. Well, thank you for letting me pry into your personal life.
Of course. And expect me to start prying tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's
oh,
fair.
look at the time. We're running short on our
it
watch.
looks like our watch is
It looks
almost
like
over.
our watch is almost over. Time to wake up the next person, I guess.
Yep, time to wake up the middle-aged man.
Shall we go wake up Banur?
Which way do you think would be the fun way?
Let's see here. She's like kind of concentrating on like the spells that she knows to see if there's anything that's like could low-key. We could cast message into his brain.
That's true. I definitely recommend that. Just absolutely fuck with whatever dream he's in.
Alright. So, oh man. Alright. I can't say that.
Say it, coward.
Say it.
So yeah, Ophelia is gonna pull out her copper wire and cast message into Binor. What is Binor having a dream at all?
Yeah, he's probably having one that he has a lot.
Oh.
Oh. God, see now it makes it even worse.
No, do it. Do
All
it.
right.
Do it, coward.
All of a sudden, you're gonna hear in the middle of this dream that you have, just like a breathy female voice, just, oh, Binor,
No.
you're extra. You have such a thick trunk. Like,
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Wow.
there you go.
Yeah. How does Biner react to that? I guess.
There is a baby in the room, guys.
Yeah, there's a baby.
One message, they can't hear it.
It is the thought. You've tainted the room with sin.
Fun.
Oh my god.
He would be confused in the dream and look around like, who and what? And he'd wake up from that and just completely confusion on his face. Oh, hi, Ophelia and Ina. Is it time?
Yes, it is. I hope that didn't bother you too much.
Was that you?
Yeah, it was me. I figured we'd have a little bit of fun waking you up.
Oh. Okay.
Biner.
So confused.
Thanks, I guess. It definitely put a twist on that dream, that's for sure.
Oh.
What were you thinking
So
about?
you think I have a big trunk, huh?
It's definitely bigger than mine.
How did you know?
Well, let's change the subject. Why don't you guys?
So, the only thing that happened was I heard a door slam shut. It was really far off. We didn't hear anything else come close. But I just wanted you to be aware of that. Just seems pretty dead out there otherwise.
Okay. I'll keep an ear out for it.
Alright, and Binor, can I look over your hand from when you were in that trap?
Yeah, sure. So he'll turn his hand over so she can see his palm.
Yeah, so she'll unbandage it because I don't know how it looks, if it looks like it's been fine, or if it's been healing well, but regardless, she'll just, before going back to sleep, she's going to cast Cure Wounds on your hand.
And
There. It should be good as new now.
He looks at it. Thank you. I appreciate
course.
it. You are a very skilled doctor, I must say.
I feel extra talented now with the healing magic. Makes things easier.
Yes, but don't always rely on magic, as sometimes it can betray you.
I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, Biner, and have a uneventful watch.
I'm sure I will. If not, I'll let out a big yell so everyone wakens quickly.
Oh, you don't want to use your thick trunk to wake everyone up with a trumpet?
It didn't say how the yell was gonna come.
Went ahead and said what everyone was thinking.
Oh no.
I'm gonna lay down now.
All right.
Revlin it was perfect.
All right. So, Biner, go ahead and roll me a perception as you're starting your watch. And as for everybody else, since we've passed the halfway point, you can take a long rest, which you should be able to do by looking at your character sheet, and there should be a sort of long rest button that you can click. That'll do that for you. It's real nice.
Ooh. A lot of hit points is just recovered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, NPCs don't have a long rest button. That's a bummer.
Get fucked,
Nope.
Urky.
Yeah. No rest for Urky.
Or
Ain't
Calgrix.
no for the wicked.
Oh, not Calgrix.
Yeah.
She wasn't hurt anyway. She fine.
She do be fine. Alright.
The chonk is okay.
Chunk is okay. Alright.
The chunk took the damage for her. She's now lost a single pound.
So how is Biner gonna be spending his watch?
I think he will kind of sit next to the statue, probably about here.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably sit there and kind of listen for footsteps or doors closing or anything like that. But probably at the same time, he'd probably pull out the new star map and start studying it again.
Yeah. And yeah, as you're looking that over, you've already discovered some of the neat details, but yeah, it's just bizarre. Only one star that you recognize, all the others seemingly from a completely different sky. And it's bizarre. And as you're looking at that, I have a weird question for you. Is Biner a vegetarian?
Yeah, you could say so. I mean, yeah, he doesn't really eat meat. I mean, if he was desperate, he would.
Yeah.
He basically eats his apples and vegetables and peanuts, that type of stuff.
Yeah. As you're sitting there, you start to find yourself having a craving for a midnight snack. And, you reach in for your peanuts or something like that, start munching on them. It's hard to place exactly why, but the taste isn't as satisfying as it usually is.
I've been down here too long. I need some fresh food.
Yeah,
Stuff just doesn't taste right.
that's probably it.
Gotta be the damn plants around us.
Biner found the cure for vegetarianism. But yeah, you're grumbling to yourself and talking about weird dreams. Ophelia might be getting a little bit of a taste of her own medicine.
Oh no.
Yeah. Ophelia, you begin having a strange dream.
Pass.
Yeah. No, sorry. Yeah, you begin having a weird dream. And you know what it's gonna be something intruding on your dream, just like Biner, because I want to bully you a bit.
Oh no.
So what would Ophelia be dreaming about where like she herself is doing something? For an average Ophelia dream, would you say? What kind of dreams does Ophelia have?
I would say she probably has a dream about like her home. She's probably dreaming like kind of like a past dream of like just like a standard like ballroom dance.
Okay. So yeah, you're dreaming of this ballroom dance. Perhaps the ceiling is like this beautiful ceiling made of buttressed glass, so you can see the ocean, sort of this vibrant teal blue water with all sorts of creatures swimming along it. Perhaps you see members of your family, speaking, carousing with other nobles as they do. But slowly but surely you start noticing a lot of their eyes coming to you and looking confused as more patrons are looking at you now, looking confused and afraid. And for a certain point, you look at yourself. You notice something strange. Your golden scales have been replaced with black growing in tufts out of your skin.
She'd probably obviously just start like, like kind of like panicked look on her face, looking over, just sort of breathing like a little rapidly.
Mm-hmm. And Biner, as you're sitting there munching your unsatisfying peanuts, you would probably notice Ophelia's starting to breathe pretty heavy.
She must be thinking about my trunk. He'll get up. He'll get up and go over to Ophelia.
I regret that so much now.
Good. It's amazing.
And he'll kind of bend down, just kind of slightly like shake her a little bit to see if he could snap her out of the heavy breathing.
Would I wake up? I don't like.
I will leave that up to you. How deeply do you think Ophelia is in this dream? It's
I guess how long into Binor's watch has it been?
It's been a while. He's been snacking for a bit. So yeah.
She'll like kind of like crack an eye, and kind of just like she'll feel like her own heartbeat for a moment. Just what's going on?
Are you okay? You were breathing pretty heavily there. It didn't look well.
I had a dream. I was dancing, and all of a sudden I looked at myself in a mirror and saw black fur growing out of me where my scales were.
That doesn't sound good.
I'd say it doesn't sound good.
Do you see any on you now, or is it? Are you sure it's just a dream?
I guess I will check myself over.
Yeah, you look fine.
I don't see anything. She'll like kind of like feel like kind of like where she was bit.
Yeah, there's it still stings a bit when you touch it, and it's hot to the touch, to say, kind of burning up in that general area.
She'll kind of reach into her medical bag and kind of like use like the medical salve that she put on Calcrix's neck and just kind of like rub it in to see if that like helps cool it.
It does, a little bit. You get the feeling it'll probably end up coming back, but better than nothing.
Stop that annoyance for once. How is your wound treating you?
It's a wound. I'm sure it'll heal over fine. But if these turn worse, don't we have at least one more swig of that medicine that could help this, maybe?
I thought that was for diseases. I don't know if it works. Lycanthropy is a curse, Derek, right?
It is a
That's what we
curse.
discussed.
Yes.
Okay. That works for diseases. I don't know if it works the same for curses.
All right. Well, if there becomes a situation where only one of us can be healed, you make sure you get healed.
I was going to actually say the same thing for you.
You are a doctor. You can be cured and then do something else. And if it gets too bad for me, I'll either just leave or let Penny put me down like she promised.
I know that I'm gonna type something, and this is what Ophelia will say something back in Primordial.
Oh.
Well,
It's not all of us. We
no
can't
idea what
read.
you just
I know.
said.
I know that. That's why I said it like that.
Wait, you need to understand that I've lived a long life, and whatever happens to me, whoever my fate is, if I don't get to join my goddess, I would be okay with that. I would rather people be safe and know that someone with your talent is bringing good into this world. And I know, some of you guys might not, I know Balthazar, was a little taken aback when Penny said that, but I truly do understand her position. I mean, she's probably living in the woods. She's probably had to, or seen people have to put down loved ones or friends because of something that happened. And I don't want to bring harm to the rest of the group. So again, if there's nothing that can be done and I'm hurting you guys, support her and end me quickly.
That's why I want you to drink the potion. I've given up a part of myself. And she'll kind of point back over to like her tattoo on her neck. I don't know what I've given up. It could be anything. At least if you're cured, you will be able to keep living. I don't even know if I'll be living at the end of all of this.
Yes, I understand what you're saying, but until we know what you've given up, I don't think we should assume the worst. You never know what, like you said, you agreed to. But you could have agreed to a pack or something to something good. You just don't know. And like I said, I'm an old fart. There's not many of my tribe, my kind, really left. And when it's our time to go, it's our time to go. We've all taken that oath. So go back to sleep. Sleep well, and I'll continue the watch.
Okay. And Ophelia will just kind of, go lay back down, turning her back to Benur.
You start settling down. Binary, you're about to get back to your spot by the statue when the two of you hear movement from outside the door. You hear the sounds of some uneasy steps, one after another, and just a voice that says, "I'm so hungry." Slowly getting closer.
All right. Binur will slowly move towards the door to hear and see if he can hear anything else and try to figure out the distance from the door they are.
As you put your ear to the door, you won't even have to roll with your passive perception. You can hear the sounds of footsteps coming towards the door, and hands sort of being pressed against it, just saying, "Please, let me in. I'm so hungry. Is there anyone in there? Please."
You said Ophelia heard this too, correct?
Yeah, I'd say the two of you are probably able to hear it. It's faint but audible. Not loud enough to wake everyone up, but if you are conscious, you're hearing it.
Should we help? Do you think it's a trap?
Well, yes. Because what else would be down here that could be hungry? Either they released something to attack us, or there's a group of things behind the person talking.
You can roll a perception if you wanna know that, while Ophelia continues. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I know, but I can't very well let somebody just go starving, and even if it is a trap, I guess I'd rather know.
Oops. My bad.
Oh. Thanks, sir.
Yeah, I didn't. I meant to do that in common. There you go.
Okay.
Wonderful. Being a baby dragon, I still don't understand it.
What do you want to do, Ophelia? Should we wake the others first? There's only one that I hear out there.
And you're really certain?
And it sounds small too.
let's... I'll wake up Balthazar because I'm right next to him. You can wake up Calcerix.
Okay. And then I'll do that.
I'll tap Balthazar and give him a lowdown of what's happening.
Balthazar blinks awake very easily and looks to Ophelia and looks to the door. Like, kind of cricks his neck a little and, like, starts to get up. So, what's the plan then?
I'm gonna open it. I can't let somebody go starving, even if it's a trap.
Maybe we leave some room, and Balthazar's gonna take a bit of a step, like, where he is, and he's gonna pull out his light crossbow and, like, have it loaded and pointed at the door.
Okay.
Just in case. If he sees hostile movement, he is shooting.
I won't stop you if you do what you have to do, but if you
do what you need to, Ophelia. I'm simply making sure we're all safe here.
Okay.
I trust you on this. But it never hurts to be wary.
Sorry, I'm reading this chat.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you guys can understand it.
Yeah, when everybody's ready and done, then I'll open the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to Ellie then real quick. Because Ellie, you had the most magnificent dream last night. You had a dream that you were flying through an astral sea full of spirits of other dragons. You dream this dream a lot. That's how you know what a dragon should be, how dragons have hordes and all of that. Talking to all of these draconic spirits, and the dream you had last night taught you something very useful. It taught you how to speak common.
Yeah.
And you now know it. Much to your own surprise. So yeah, you're probably hearing everybody, as you're gently being lifted awake with Biner, you're recognizing words that you didn't recognize before.
One step closer to becoming a polyglot. Love it.
Oh yes. Yeah, Biner's going to wake up Penny, so how does that go?
He just leans down and in a soft voice just whispers to her to wake up.
Yeah.
And Penny's just gonna swat his hand away, like, leave me alone. I'm waiting for my dream.
Oh yes. I did you do the whistle? Did I miss that? I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I did.
Okay.
I did. But it's okay.
I will.
I can miss the dream this time.
We'll have it be a thing where sometimes, when you have a dream, it kind of fades out. We'll say that you forgot what it was, and then we'll have you remember it a little bit. If that's okay with you, because you did the whistle, so I wanted to do it. I just missed it, so sorry about that. We will give you your dream. It might just be a retrospect thing.
Since everybody's getting woken up,
Yeah.
Urki has had an emotional time, it seemed, last night, so Balthazar's gonna leave him be for the time being, but he doesn't lean over, but he does kind of nudge Aina awake with his foot. Doesn't lean, eyes don't leave the door, and like gives him the lowdown as he wakes up. He's just ready for that door to open.
Alright. You just see Ina sleepily just ready a crossbow, just half asleep, putting on it.
But Balthazar just sees how sleepy Ina is and just like, without getting in the way of the crossbow, is half covering him bodily. It's just like not safe.
No, absolutely not safe. And yeah, everybody is awake now. Ophelia, you're at the door.
Yeah. I'm gonna open it.
All right, give it a click. As you open it, there appears to be a kobold standing there, though their body seems emaciated. You can see their ribs. It's almost caving in on itself. It seems like it's so malnourished. Its eyes sort of a bloodshot red as it looks at you and just almost hypnotized, completely out of it, looking up at you, just says, "I'm so hungry. Can I come in, please?"
She'll kind of look back to the rest of the group.
Insight check.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You all can
Balthazar's doing the same thing.
all roll an insight check.
Wow!
What?
What?
Yikes! Bless Ophelia, you're the only one rolling good tonight.
You guys are still sleepy.
Don't ask me to play chess, though.
Well, Einar and Balthazar don't know what to think exactly. But Ophelia can tell it is, in fact, hungry. It does seem to be held back by something. It does seem to be almost held back by something from entering into the room. As it just stares up at you and, tells you that it is hungry and wishes to be led inside.
Could Balthazar, I don't know if this will work out, but he doesn't know what to think of this. His crossbow is slightly lowered. He's just staring. Can I eyes of the grave this little thing?
Sure you can. And Ophelia, I will give you one other thing with that 23. Its eyes are looking towards the wound on your neck. And you can see it sort of licking its lips. And with an eyes of the grave, it is very much undead.
Don't let it in.
Are you taking a shot at it?
Ooh.
Oh, sorry, no, I was just
Not
clarifying
yet.
because I heard you say something and I wasn't sure if that was I'm shooting or not.
He was just no. He was just telling Ophelia, don't let it in. And the crossbow is straight back up, like steady. And he's stepping up closer to Ophelia and is just step away from the door. Don't.
I will listen to Balthazar. And I will say no, and I will close the door.
All right, you click yeah. And you just hear sort of weak scratching on the door and just pleas of, please, I'm so hungry.
If
I'm
Ophelia looks, there is a faint tremor going through Balthazar as he takes a breath, and it's just like sort of gently guiding both Ophelia and Calcerix away from the door. And he's gonna open it again and step in, like, sort of body blocking the door.
Calcix hasn't moved from the door as you try to pull them away. They are drooling.
He's just nudging the little baby away and looks down at this. He knows what this is, doesn't he?
Yeah, and I'll give y'all a little bit of a better look at what it is that you're looking at here. Give me just a moment. As I do this.
God, this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't look great. And
Oh no.
yeah, you probably have a pretty good idea of what this is.
Right.
As it just looks up at you. Please. I'm so hungry. Can I please come in?
You may not. I'm sorry for what you've had to go through. How, considering his, years of travel, and I assume searching for answers, Balthazar would know what vampires are weakest to, right?
Roll me your choice of a religion or arcana.
Religion it is. Please. 10. Damn it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Not off the top of your head. No.
You do have an inspiration.
Oh, I do.
You do.
I'll do it.
All right.
Bye-bye, inspiration. Let's try it again.
Oh no!
No,
Oh my god.
it's fine. Balthazar.
Hmm?
He... You know what? Knowing that it can't get in, he's gonna take a step back and just gives it a sorrowful, sort of lost look. Gives the kobold a sorrowful and sort of lost look, and somewhat apologetically, puts his crossbow away as he moves back, one hand over his spell cap, his his amulet to his goddess, one hand stretched out, and he's going to guiding bolt this thing.
All right.
Just cast the spell. And yeah. Please don't fuck me. Yay.
That definitely hits. Roll for damage.
Yes. Normal roll. 12
Right.
damage.
As that flies into him, and you watch this radiant light blast into him, sort of takes a big chunk of flesh off its shoulder, and it hisses at you. And as it hisses at you, it does look like it is about to flee. So that was not enough to kill it. And I guess the choice that I'm going to pose to the group now is, if y'all think you would run after it out of your room, then we'll roll initiative. If you don't think you'll give chase, then I'm just going to have it go, and we'll leave it at that. Would y'all give chase?
Balthazar's definitely gonna give chase.
All right, that's enough for me to say that it's initiative time.
Oh.
I was
So
gonna say,
I don't know
all
about
have
everyone else if they're going to follow, but
Okay.
Balthazar's going.
we're gonna
You all
do
have a
initiative.
choice.
Yeah, we're gonna roll some initiative either way. So go up to the combat tracker with that fist, and you can right click it to take it out if you'd like to do that. As yes, it do be
Oh boy,
battle
there it is.
time.
Oh boy.
Oh. Wow.
Ugh.
Could I roll, please, Foundry? That would be nice.
If you look at the combat tracker, there should be a little dice on Calstrix you can click. There we
I just
go.
wasn't pressing it properly, apparently.
Wow.
All right.
Just wow.
So yeah, at the start of combat, it is going to. Let me do this. It is going to dart away, and it's not disengaging. So Calstrix, you can take an opportunity attack if you like.
Hell yes. She wants her breakfast, god damn it.
No,
Sweet,
I don't know
savory,
if this is
undead
safe to eat for
breakfast.
the baby.
Yeah. Some delicious rotting flesh.
That is a hit. Ooh, that's a hefty chunk of damage.
It is a hefty chunk of damage, goddamn.
All right. As it is now going to run over here. And it's going to make a stealth roll. Let's see.
Damn.
All right. So it runs a good bit away out of y'all's sight, which will bring us to Balthazar's turn.
He is running out the room. Let's see. How do I do the thing where you can measure out your movements as you...
If you hold control before you start moving, and then press space when you're ready to go where you'd like to go.
Okay.
And then each left click it can like pivot.
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Control before we move.
Yep.
Okay.
And then when you're ready
Excellent.
to move, you space.
So left click to pivot?
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep clicking to like pivot and like change the direction or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make
There are
sense?
so many things going on.
There's
I
a
can't
lot.
read mine.
Yeah.
Oh
That's because she's having a hard time reading her own, so give him a chance to.
Okay. I make it here.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, God. I'm gonna need a nat 20 in order to actually find this thing, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
All right.
Or, actually... Why not? How long does this last? You know, how many times can I do this again? Many times with my wisdom modifier. Excellent. So I can use it again.
Excellent. Give it a lead
he's-
for me.
He's once more. It's gonna take an action, but he wants to find this thing. And he's gonna Eyes of the Grave again, cause it. Or Is it behind? I don't know if it's hiding and stealthing. If it counts as total cover.
I would say in this situation, it would not. So you're using it. As you use your action, you sort of see two red eyes on the ceiling begin glowing brighter, sort of mixed in with the darkness. As it is currently 20 feet up on the ceiling.
Okay, good to know. He is... Eyes are just like pure silver light at this point. He's staring at it. That's No, actually, yeah, I can do this. He's summoning his freaking It's a waste of a lot of spell slots, but you know what? He's hyper focused on this spiritual weapon.
All right. I'll create a little sphere that we can move for. Yeah. We'll use that. Roll to attack.
Normal. 17 again.
That's definitely a hit.
11.
11. Yeah, it is looking really fucked up after taking that 11.
Yeah.
As you are blasting into it pretty strong-like. And when your turn is over, you can hit, there's a little arrow on the combat tracker that says next turn.
Yes. End turn.
Excellent. Ina, it's you.
We're rushing out half asleep, just confused.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can probably see where it is now because its spiritual weapon is. So the silver glowing
You can-
butterflies just flapping around.
You could just follow Balthazar's eyes up, and you see these butterflies that are tearing into this thing that is hissing on the ceiling as it clings there.
What the? Why is it always? Ina's just gonna raise their hand and shoot out a mind sliver, not trusting their eyesight this early.
That's fair. It's a intelligence save, right?
Yeah, hold on, why is it? Cast. God. Zabada. There it is.
Mind
Okay.
sliver.
I got a 13, which just passes.
Well, that's
Damn.
just garbage.
I don't know why, but mind sliver seems to me the equivalent of a Baldur's Gate frickin' radiant blast. A sacred flame, that's what it is. It's just constantly saves.
Great. Of course. Bonus, I don't have. Do I have a bonus action? I don't think I have a bonus action.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have a bonus action.
All right, hit the arrow when you're ready then. Yeah, so you watch as it sort of shakes its head as you assault its mind, but manages to break through. Calcerix, it's you.
Breakfast time.
Oh yeah.
If I can actually do it. Nope, I broke it. Yeah. There we go. 20, 30, 25. Ooh, I can do my whole. Hi, bud. I'm gonna bite it.
All right. Roll to attack. That's definitely a hit.
That's a big old bite.
For 12.
Big chonk.
Oh yeah. It is
Big
looking
chomp.
quite messed up after that. Uh-oh. Did that not trigger the way it was supposed to? Give me one sec. So that would be... Yeah. It didn't quite work right for a second there, but I'm good now. As you bite it, it is looking, it's already looking a bit mortal. As it's desperately trying to sort of hang on to the ceiling. Anything else? or hit the little arrow when you're done, or if you have anything else to do. All right, that makes it Penny's turn.
All right, Penny's gonna go out here to just a second.
Take your time.
I'm just trying to get out the door. Why can I not get out the door?
The door is closed.
Yeah, it was closed, so you got to click on the door and that'll open it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
We closed it again.
Well, wall. Why am I?
Door closed.
What's my?
It's open right now.
You keep clicking on the door, and the door closes when you click on it.
I'm
Yeah.
not clicking on the door. I'm clicking on my token.
It's all,
Oh,
yeah, all good. So you click on your token.
Now, right?
Yeah, so if you hit control before you click, you should be able to create an arrow, but you do want to have the door open before you do that.
it
There
keeps
we go.
closing.
Yeah, I don't know who was closing at that time, but it is open now, so you should be able to control and then move your token where you'd like to go. And then space when you're ready to go there. Yes.
And then I'm just going to use my crossbow and shoot at him.
All right.
Short bow.
Short bow. Then hit the little... Yep. Oop, that's a hit.
Ooh. Kill it, kill it, kill it.
Excellent. So that'll do 7, and then you also get sneak attack because Calcerix is right next to it, doing some teamwork with your dragon. Let me see here. If you go to... Did that not save the way it was supposed to? Ah, yes. If you go to features and go down to sneak attack, if you give that a click... Nope.
Hold on.
It wasn't set up right, and that is on me. I thought that it was. So what we'll do instead is, in the chat box, if you type /r space 2d6, that'll give us your sneak attack damage.
/r what?
Space 2d6. And when we take our break today, I will fix your sneak attack, so that way it'll always work for you.
Nice.
Nice. All right. So yeah, you aim your bow. That does that much damage. Perfect. Pull the string back. Calcerix is keeping it distracted by having tasty breakfast. And where does the shot land, Penny?
It lands in its head.
All right. The arrow flies and cracks right through this kobold's skull where it's up on the ceiling, and it falls from the ceiling, hitting the ground 20 feet below with a mighty crash, laying there seemingly lifeless as it does. And with that, it isn't moving anymore. Makes you think that maybe the day is won.
Balthazar doesn't trust it. Or is it still... Are we still in combat mode?
Nope.
Okay, good. Balthazar reaches into his coat, pulls out his stake, reaches into his bag, pulls out his holy water, douses the edge of the stake, the point of the stake in holy water before walking up to the corpse and stabbing it through the heart.
Yeah. It doesn't seem to react to that too much. There's like a little bit of a sizzle still from the stake going in, but it seems pretty lifeless.
He is mumbling prayers and apologies in Celestial. Before he stands up, kind of still shaking and trembling just a little bit. Gonna leave it there for a sec. Walk. He has his head ducked and is completely, like, face in shadow. Walks to the door and kind of quietly calls, Ophelia, if you could... I would prefer we burn the body before... I would prefer we burn the body. And then he walks back.
Sure. Ophelia is going to go ahead and cast Firebolt, or actually Sacred Flame, onto the body.
And yeah, the body sort of begins crackling and burning. There's not much substance to it. It's mostly skin and bone. And soon there is nothing left. Didn't seem that they had even clothes on them, wearing little more than a loincloth, so...
You doing okay? She'll, like,
Sorry.
look at Balthazar.
The silver in his eyes slowly fades until there's no more glow. His spiritual weapon, butterflies, sort of just land very gently and softly onto him. And just, like, flapping their wings, skittering. And Balthazar nods his head once, turns his heel, and walks back into the room. As he passes by, yeah, no. I think so far, Ophelia, Calcerix, and probably Aina being somewhat closest as he walks through. He is breathing heavily, but it is that sort of controlled, trying to keep composure, sort of heavy breathing as he walks back into the room.
Right.
Blind as fuck walking back into the room.
Yeah.
While y'all are doing that, Penny, did you have something you wished to say, perhaps?
Penny is going to look at Calcerix and tell them that sorry about that snack. We'll find you an even better snack in Draconic.
Calstrick is gonna reply in common and say, "Ooh, snacks."
Yes, we'll find you a better snack.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, Calstrick, something strange is going on here, because Penny was kind of struggling with Draconic before, but now they sound perfectly proficient.
Who taught you, by the way?
I'm sorry, what?
Who taught you?
Who taught me? My friend. I have a friend that gives me gifts sometimes, and he taught me how to speak Draconic so I can talk to you and we can be friends.
I speak normal now.
But you don't have to.
Oh. But then she'll change to Draconic and say, "Is this like a secret language?"
Yes, it's our secret language.
I like. We stay with secret language.
Yes.
And she'll
And
just
we'll
sort of trot over.
treasure and lots of snacks.
Snacks.
And shinies. Snacks and shinies.
Oh yes. The thing that is funny is Balthazar gets back into the room. Poor Biner didn't get a chance to even get in the combat. He's like getting ready to run out. Just sees Balthazar run back in. You're like, oh, well.
I wouldn't
He's
even
not running back in, but he
Oh,
is
yeah.
speed walking. Hat tilted low on his face to shadow him completely, with like a little trail of butterflies flying after him.
Dramatic.
Very.
Very dramatic.
But how is Biner doing?
Well, he decided we to run, and he hears noise in the other room, and he's like, and then everyone starts coming back in, and he's just like, what the hell was all that about? That's kind of what he's thinking. And then when he sees Balthazar is kind of shooken up a little bit, he'll probably wander over to him. Are you all right, my friend? What happened out there?
Balthazar's still kind of cradling one of the butterflies, looks up at Biner, and lets out a gusty sigh. I'm fine. I'm fine.
I don't think you are. You're trembling. Did the thing scare you?
Oh, no, it didn't. But, he's still staring at... He looks back down at the butterfly at his hand.
What's with the butterfly?
Nothing. No, it's just one of his regular old spiritual weapon butterflies. There's nothing special about it, but he's just staring at it, sort of lost.
It's up to him because he's just staring at it. So that's what he's asking is like, what's so special about butterfly that you keep looking at it?
Nothing. It's just something calming. You know, I came here to look for Silverine, but I had other hopes. Coming through in search of something. I probably should have expected seeing a vampire within these halls. If Balak can have werewolves under heel, it shouldn't be surprising the vampires are as well.
Well, that's good to know that thing was a vampire. I guess it was wise not to invite him in. I don't know what would have changed if he did invite him in. But
He would have attacked us all. Vampires need to be invited inside in order to step into rooms or homes, really. It's likely for the best that we stayed here the night.
hang in there. We'll be out of this place soon. We'll get the guy that is doing this, bring him to justice, and we can all go on our merry way to whatever our next quest might be. We gotta find some good food, because this stuff, and he reaches in pockets, He just goes like, it's starting to taste like crap. Never had that before, but we need to find some good food. And Eldrix is running around yelling snack, snack, snack. So I think we need to find our friend some food too.
So,
How close is it to morning, Derek?
It's pretty much morning. That was towards the end of your watch. Speaking of which, Urki lets out a big yawn and blinks his eyes open. Oh, everybody is awake already. Hope y'all weren't waiting for me, he says as he sort of pulls himself up to his feet.
Yeah, we've been standing here for like 3 hours waiting for you to wake up, man.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
All right.
I think what Binura means to say, you deserve some well-rested sleep.
Oh, well, thanks for that. I think I'm good to go though, whenever y'all are.
Well,
Butterfly looks to the rest. Butterfly sort of dissolving away after a while. Shall we continue then? Looks
Yeah.
back to normal.
Yeah, we probably should.
Right. And before we continue... Oh, sorry.
It's great that you've learned something new, but it would be nice if you talked where everyone can appreciate your wonderful thoughts. And he'll start to walk out of the room.
shamed.
Rude.
Stop having secret conversations.
But
Penny's just standing there with her mouth hanging open, like.
I love it.
Drinking?
I love it. Well, yes. Before we continue on into the Citadel, we're going to go ahead and take our 10-minute break here. So we'll come back around 21, and when we come back, we will do a little swoop back in time to do Penny's dream before y'all continue moving onward.
Yeah.
So.
Good Lord. Derek, I do have something to say real quick. Well, after we break. So.
Sure. Oh, after the break? Okay.
Or not after the break, after we go to break screen.
Okay. We're breaking then. I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Now at
Y'all
22.
Can't see what the break conversation is.
Hello, my weary travelers. I'm Derek, and welcome back to Weird Ventures. So, the party so far had a nice long rest. Got to talk to each other about religion, lovers. Got to be rude by interrupting each other's dreams. I have dreams interrupted by other things. And then everyone was interrupted in the wee hours of the morning by an uninvited guest. Nasty kobold, that is. Afflicted by vampirism. At the very least, that's what the party believes. They managed to take care of it pretty quickly, with Balthazar unleashing some pretty heavy magic on the creature as it fled. And Penny seems to have a new ability. So we're going to rewind the clock a little bit back to the night they just had before she woke up. She whistled herself to sleep. A magic whistle taught to her by a magic man. As in her dream, she finds herself transported once again to this pillar of stone. Seems to take from her memory the top of the citadel itself, a swirling vortex of sand rushing around it as the figure manifests before her, the little bow, as he usually does, crossing his legs and sort of floating in the air before her. He says, "Ah, I wasn't expecting to see you again so soon, Penny. You've been handling yourself well through the dungeon thus far."
Thank you. But I wanted to talk to you because guess what we found?
Is it your blue furry friend, perhaps?
Yes, a dragon. But
Yeah.
I don't know how to speak to it in its language. So I was wondering if you could help teach me.
I could help teach you. In fact, and he kind of rubs his chin as his wisps of hair, almost like smoke, flow around him. Teaching might take a little long, but as long as you're comfortable with it and know the fact that I would never do this without your say-so, I could bind myself to you in a way. Give you an ability to speak Draconic or do potentially other things I could help you with, depending on, well, where the wind blows, so to say. Would you be interested in something like that?
Will it hurt me?
Of course not.
Then yes, I very much would like that.
Wonderful. This is something a little akin to the whistle that I taught you, but essentially, voices can be carried upon the wind, and should you want it, you speak. There is a language you wish to talk in and understand. Well, I can carry your voice in a different way. And I can carry others' voices in a different way to you. You wish to speak Draconic, I can change your words so that those who know it can understand you. I could do other things too as well, but truth be told, in my current state, I'm not as powerful as I could be, so I can't do too much all at once, but there's a skill that you need help in. I can do what I can at times to guide your hands or make you a bit more athletic with a little gust of wind pushing you along. Tell you bits of knowledge that I know and things like that. But again, this would be potentially allowing me to interfere, I suppose you could say, a little more during your waking hours, as opposed to only being here when you whistle for me in my sleep. Is that something that you're okay with?
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Wonderful. In that case, and he swirls a finger in the air, and as he does, you see a little bit of wind sort of swirling around in a ring following his fingertip, and then he points it at you, and your clothes sort of flutter as it's almost like a little bit of a dust devil, you know, without the dust, a light wind, but still strong, sort of wraps around you and makes you feel very light for a moment. And after that sort of passes and you gently float back down to the ground, he says, "We have made a bit of an accord, and I should be able to help you in the ways that I can going forward, starting by helping you speak to that little dragon friend of yours."
Thank you so much. Is there anything that I can do for you in return?
There is something you could do for me, if you'd like.
What's that?
He is sort of sitting down and gently sort of strokes his chin, as if thinking on the words to use, and says, "Well, as I've told you the previous night that we spoke together, I had been trapped in that whistle for a long time. And it gets awfully lonely, which is why I was so thankful that you were able to free me. The first person I've really been able to speak to in many, many years. And even though I'm able to speak to you, I still am not whole, you could say. The only interacting I can do is, well, now I can do a little bit more thanks to the accord that you and I just made, but I don't have a physical form, as you know. And there's only one way I can really do that, and, well, it's a bit awkward. And bringing it up with you, I don't want to put any pressure on you, I suppose I should start off with. So, what I ask you now, know that you are extremely welcome to say no, that you're not interested. I just ask that you keep an open mind about it, and should you ever change your mind, no, I'll be here. If that's fair to say.
Okay.
Good. I am willing to offer you a bit more power, perhaps a bit more skill, strength, what you might need to help your friends, but in return, I would ask, if you accept it, for only one thing. I would ask that when the day comes, as it comes for all mortal things, that you were to pass away, would I be able to use your body as my new vessel?
That is something I would have to think about.
Of course. It's a big thing to ask anyone, and even if the answer is no, like I said, the offer will still be open on my end should you change your mind, and it's not going to stop me from enjoying our conversations with each other and teaching you what I know as far as that fighting style we've been practicing goes. Speaking of, would you like to do some practice now?
Sure. Let's practice.
Excellent.
Because I didn't do so well when I tried the first time. I think I need more practice.
Then practice we shall. You'll get better in time. It is a difficult skill to learn, otherwise everyone would know it. but you've been progressing at a very fast pace, I must say. I am impressed.
Well, thank you.
And he gives you a charming smile as he summons up his rapier full of wind and spars with you. Giving you little pointers and tips as y'all do, but as he goes, I guess. Is there anything else that you wish to ask him or talk about?
No, not now. No.
All right. Then yeah. The dream eventually is interrupted by I think it was Biner whispering for you to wake up. As that happens, the storm seems to sort of break, and as it breaks, the winds almost seem to tug on this friend of yours being and pull him along with it until he vanishes into nothing, and your eyes are open and you are firmly awake. You get the feeling he was just about to teach you a really cool move too. What a bummer.
Thanks, Bineur.
Yeah. We can say that maybe you had that dream just now while everyone else is sort of like talking, getting ready. Penny just drifted back off to sleep, if you like. I have to wake her up before y'all go. But yeah. Whenever y'all would like, Urki, again, is awake and ready. Just start moving your tokens down into the hall when you're ready to go.
I think we'll get moving, I assume.
Alright.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I'm just gonna catch Balthazar's wrist and kind of tug him to the back and just kind of mumble out of the side of his mouth, You doing alright?
Balthazar will allow himself to be pulled back, sort of slows his steps, so it's matching Ina's. He'll look down, and there is just a brief flicker of conflict in his eyes before he slowly nods. As fine as I can be, yes.
I worry because you and the reaction you had to the kobold.
Well, not necessarily to the kobold itself, but I don't know what to do. Well, I have.
Look down your ruler.
I have some experience with vampires. Not necessarily the best, but it's enough to leave its mark on me. And as he says this, he kind of scratches at his chest a little bit. And he's looking off into the distance. I've lost someone to them once for a given meaning of loss.
And I was gonna start to reach up to their own chests and just kind of remember that it's no longer their hand. I understand how that can be. Grief does weird things to the mind.
Biner, go ahead and pause there for me.
Balthazar. In response to what Aina said, Balthazar will just nod and give a sort of half smile. I am very much aware of that.
As you say that, Biner, as you glance up the way that y'all came, glancing up into this hallway here, do that. As you glance up that way, you can see something interesting. There's a overturned table in that hallway, almost as if somebody threw it. It has restraints on it. 2 for arms, 2 for legs, and it looks like it's sized for a small creature, and the restraints are open.
I think somebody released our morning wake-up call. He'll point down the hallway to Ophelia.
That looks to be the case. Shall we continue?
So do you want to go that direction, or do you want to see what this new path follows to?
I think we should go to the new path.
Yeah, the cavern gets a little more narrow the further in you go. The rift that was created getting a little more cramped, especially for a big guy like Biner. Might start feeling a little claustrophobic, but you think you can fit through there.
He's gonna try to get up there and see if he can squeeze through.
Right. As you're squeezing through, Biner, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Awesome stealth. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Hey.
it's totally bad.
It is
Could
above
be worse.
the halfway mark.
Could be worse. Yeah. You know, a couple of rocks sort of skitter to the ground as you get your tusks around, but you manage to catch a couple of the bigger ones before they hit and just sort of gently put them on the ground as you make your way.
All right. He's gonna hold up for a minute as the chatty group slowly gets caught up.
All right.
Especially since I think some can't see in the dark.
I can see you.
Hey, Ophelia, there's a room up here in a door.
There is a room. And this room,
Ina has the chessboard.
the room stands empty, and the caved-in back wall leads to that natural rift that y'all came from. So this rift sort of intrudes upon this room, you could say, ripping open the wall that y'all are coming through.
All right. I'm gonna step in.
Oh my god, now I'm blind.
Yeah, so as Biner goes around the corner, Einer, I imagine you're like grabbing onto Balthazar's cloak.
God.
Please help.
So, to be nice,
Balthazar will hold Ina's hand. That way he doesn't get lost.
I was going to say, I was going to cast the light cantrip and
Ah,
just place it on the
yes.
wall.
Hand holding?
Lewd hand holding? Not my game.
Alright. Give me a
Premarital
sec.
hand holding.
Oh, we just got rated out, guys. What are we gonna do?
The light cantrip. Can you link that for me real quick?
I sure can.
Thanks.
There you go.
Alright. 20, additional 20.
Oh, thank god, I can see. I need to get me some goggles or something.
Oh, this is fun. I love small rooms.
Yeah. So, Biner, have you tried the door yet?
No, I'm waiting for everyone to get into the room.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna move into the corner. The last one shot dragon fire.
Oh, you weren't kidding, because this is a small room.
It is a small room. It's a old wooden door.
I will say, as Ina passes, Balthazar's gonna reach out, grab his arm, and like pull him back so he's behind Balthazar. So swap places with me, please, RJ. Keep the squishy to the back.
Calcrit's is looking at you guys funny, like, it is a door? You are afraid of a door?
Bad things could happen once the door opens.
I'm just gonna pat Balthazar's hip a little bit and just kind of stay back. I understand.
Balthazar give, like, not a glare, but it is a meaningful look of, you continuously give me heart attacks, do not.
Hey, Penny, do you want to come up here and check for any traps?
Sure, I can try.
Alright. You can get up there and roll the thieves' tools.
Just a second.
Excellent.
Yikes!
It is
It's not been great.
not your day, Patty. I'm so
Congratulations on
sorry.
making it to 5 natural ones.
So, as you attempt to start checking the door for traps, you do sort of step on your cloak a little bit, and there's a little thump on the door. Good thing. You're pretty sure that there aren't any traps at the end of it. Nothing happens, the door doesn't explode when you thump into it or anything, and it doesn't seem to be locked. The bad thing is, you did just make a little bit of noise. Actually, do roll me a perception though, because there might be something else that you see while you're doing this, so give us a perception as well, Penny.
Ooh,
There you go.
nice.
You're balancing it out.
Wow.
So while the door isn't locked, the sound that the thud made You're pretty sure that there is a barricade on the other side of the door, like somebody stacked some boxes up to make it hard to open. And you also hear, "Ooh, they must be here," and the sound of two figures skittering away from the door after your little thud.
Okay, so I look at Bynor. Did you hear that? I think there's two things behind the door and it's barricaded. Should we tell the rest of the group or should we just...
Yeah, let's tell the rest what we're up against.
Okay, so I'm just gonna turn to the rest of the group and tell everybody. Pretty sure it's barricaded, and pretty sure there's a couple of things on the other side of the door.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a dumb question, because not knowing what we're up against, does the door swing my way, or does it swing their way?
It does swing their way, so the barricade is pretty effective.
Okay.
Yeah. And Penny, you are also now hearing the sounds of some other footsteps on some doors opening. You're pretty sure some folks are maybe getting prepared for the battle, so to speak.
Okay, I'm just gonna relay that to everybody, that I think there's more coming. We should prepare ourselves.
Balthazar looking at the door and then looking at their group. Should we perhaps backtrack and I assume that connects to the door that was on the left-hand side of the wall in that large room.
Aina.
Perhaps we go in that way.
I didn't mean to cut you off almost. Aina, do you want to look at our chessboard?
I mean, our chessboard is only gonna situate itself around me and what I see right now, which is this room and all
Just
of us.
this room?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You can create theoretical rooms with it, but yeah, unless you've seen the place, it won't really
That's
map
fair.
things out.
I do agree with what Balthazar said. We should double back. Penny heard voices saying that they're waiting for us.
If they're expecting us to come out of this door, they certainly won't. They'll certainly be surprised if we come out somewhere else. That's
But
for
they-
certain.
What if we...
Or-
Oh, go ahead.
I just say, if we go all the way around that distance, we find the other door barricade, and it's all in the same room as you think, that just makes them turn from the left to the right, kind of thing. I don't know if we would surprise them coming through another door. I assume they barricaded them both.
Ina's gonna, lower their voice quite a bit and just kind of call everyone in away from the door.
Fair
and
enough.
just...
Group huddle, guys.
Group huddle. Group shut up. What if we split and come at them from both sides?
How
Leave
do you
someone strong over here to deal with the barricade, and we take... fuck, we don't want Porum. I just remembered!
We don't have another strong person.
You have a big, strong dragon.
We do have a big, strong dragon.
I mean, you can leave Calcrix here and they can bang on the door and try to push it down while the rest of you quickly make your way around to the other side.
I don't want to leave you here by yourself. Perhaps Penny and Erky stay with you, and we'll go around.
I can handle myself.
I'm sure you can, but this is just so you don't have to.
I can stay and help.
Oh my god. There we go.
With Erky, at least I know someone over here who will have access to healing magic.
I'll keep everyone topped off.
Alright. I think this plan should work.
One last question for y'all
Oh,
before you start
yeah.
this plan. Do y'all have a plan for how to, like, let both sides know when to start doing their thing?
I was going to ask about that. If you saw me measuring, I believe message is 120 feet.
Yep.
Mhm.
Moving, so I guess it's more of like a question of distance chicanery, like, you know, because it's 120 feet as long as I know where they are. It's not restricted by walls or anything.
Right.
So I should be able to like get down this hallway and up while keeping the message spell.
Yeah.
Cool.
Y'all can do that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Penny, I'm going to cast message that way on you. That way you'll know when we reach the other door and when to start, okay?
Okay, do I have to do anything?
Just
Will I just
I'll cast it and you'll just hear Ophelia's voice in your head. Just reply back, but just think it. But you won't see her mouth move at all.
Oh. And I'm gonna think, okay, I'll do that.
She smiles and nods.
Should we leave the board with Penny so they can see as well that what we are looking at? Or do we take it?
Was there a range for the board? I don't remember what
Nope.
the range was when
It's
Ophelia
just
walked off.
connected to the person's mind, so wherever Ina goes, the board can represent that, so.
Do we want to be the first ones trying to go in?
I think we tell them to start banging on the door here because it's going to probably take some time to get through the barricade. And they'll draw their attention there, and then we can start on our side, and hopefully there's no barricade. And then they can bust through, when they get through. We go first, and then they have to take forever to get through the barricade, or we'll be in trouble. So we should let them start pounding on the barricade as soon as we're in position.
Of course. And we'll have the message spell up so they'll know. The board was just more, I guess, peace of mind to see where we're at for them.
If you think it will make a difference, I suggest leaving it. We won't know until we go in, and if that means they're not through the door, then they'll at least know what to expect.
It's true. Ina's gonna pull out the board and look to Penny and go to hand it, and then kind of take it back. It's like, I want this back. You cannot keep this.
Aw.
Oh, right. You like to take things from me, don't you?
Well, this one is technically mine and Ophelia's. It's not taking. And I'm almost done with your translation, so you'll get that.
Okay, I'll give it back.
Alright. I was just gonna hand it over.
Alright. Give me a second. So I think I should be able to set it up to where Penny can see what Einar sees. Penny, Peanut Posey. Alright. So, I think Penny should now also be able to see what Einar sees if you zoom out your map when Einar leaves the room.
I'll see.
Alright.
Weird question, Derek. I noticed my token is like different.
Yeah, if you're holding control while you use the mouse wheel, that will do that. Yeah,
Taking a nap.
Taking a nap. Alright. And you wanted Urki to stay up with Penny and Ophelia, yeah?
Yes.
Or Penny and Calstrix?
Yes.
Alright.
Hurry.
Yeah, you see the table sort of lying in the hall just next to the door. I'll zoom out, so...
Starts frowning at the table as they pass, but focuses on what's ahead.
Aina, are you blind right now?
Sorry, my token's just taking forever for me to...
Oh.
It's like going and then it just stops. I closed out a Twitch on the side, so it should go better.
Gotcha.
My brother must be downloading fucking porn or something.
Jesus.
All right, I'm gonna try this door.
Okay. As you try it, it does seem to be smacking against something on the other side.
Of course.
Well, we might have to fight through this door and then the next door, or we turn back.
Or we tell them to start.
Yeah, but if we get into combat here, we might be too far separated to help each other out.
I'm gonna move through people. Can I put my ear up to the door to see if I hear anything?
Or roll perception.
Whoops.
All right. Give me 1 second to check something real quick. Oh yeah. You hear sounds like somebody grumbling under their breath, saying like, somebody's at this door too.
What are we doing, guys?
There's definitely somebody. They're waiting for us no matter which door we go to. We have to make a decision quick. Are we?
I'm
Which?
gonna push forward and kind of scratch at the door like the Kobold did,
Mhm.
and start to mimic their voice.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Let me in.
Roll me a deception.
Oh, I'm not good at that. No, I'm not that good at it.
Wait, do you have an inspiration? That you've not yet
Do not.
No. You don't have any special like mimic ability, do you?
Let me double check, because I know my School of Enchantment does some kind of weird shit. Languages, silent speech.
Get weird with it.
Doop. Yeah, because I can't use... Hypnotic Gaze. But... I don't have a prayer. Never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. After that, Ophelia, you just hear some like confused muttering. You're pretty sure they're not buying it. You are hearing the sounds of a couple of more footsteps coming to this side, though, at the very least.
There's more footsteps coming through. It doesn't seem like you did a good job, Aina.
That's some
Good
shit
thing you're
that's
not a
kind
stage actor.
I just lit up this.
Should we join the other group?
Yeah.
I'd rather fight together than...
I just don't want that door to be some sort of fire trap or anything like that.
Let's go then.
Alright, I'll send a message to Penny. Just being like, Penny, we ran into some it looks like the other door is also barricaded. We're coming back to join you guys. Don't start yet.
And Penny will just think back, okay. And then
Alright.
Penny's going to turn to Calstrix and say, don't do anything. They're coming back. Let's wait.
This is a dumb question, guys. Could this be our friends?
What?
Could this be Porum and the goblin standing on the other side?
I will say it didn't sound like a familiar voice to Ophelia.
Yeah, I know it's also another barricaded door.
Yes.
All right, let's head back.
As they're leaving, Ina's just kind of look back at the door and just let out with their I forgot what it's called. A blah.
A blur.
A blah. Their silent speech. Sorry, I had like so many things open trying to look for something.
All good.
And they're just going for the freak out factor of just awful guttural let me in.
Oh.
This wasn't planned, and I swear I was actually going to cast Mage Hand and start using it to bang on the door.
So, roll me a dice, Ina. Roll me a d6.
Ooh.
Hey!
Okay. So you do that. And this is a one-way thing, right?
Yep, it's only one way, so if
All
they
right.
start screaming, would hear it.
Ophelia. Well, actually, all of you would be able to hear this. It's pretty loud. You hear something come back that sounds like this.
Sorry, I haven't had breakfast.
The board's just gonna pop up a bunch of just question marks on the chest. I'm like, what?
I take it I wasn't able to get specific numbers on how many people. I'm
No.
assuming at least
Just
3.
several. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, that horrible noise is followed by a, "Whoa there. Let's calm down."
What?
Yeah. Yep. Somebody else is saying that.
God. Yeah, like I said, I was gonna accompany Ina's voice with just banging for Mage Hand.
I was gonna say, hearing somebody visceral react, Ina's just gonna probe for that person's mind again and just.
I will
Rear
say
back
it
again.
didn't sound like a person.
Yeah.
No, the person that said "whoa" there.
Okay. You're gonna try to direct yourself to that person?
Yeah. Yup. I'm just gonna keep doing the let me in. I'm hungry, let me in.
Vampires aren't psychic, you dumb shit! You hear from the other door. Other side of the door. It doesn't sound like a goblin.
I got somebody that speaks common.
Yep.
The longer we
Great.
wait, the more they have come.
It's true.
Alright, let's go.
So we're just double timing it back to the right.
Oh yeah, I'm done fucking
Yep.
with them now.
Alright.
I will I'll change one of the question mark pieces to a goblin question mark.
Okay.
God, it's so dark in this room.
It's very dark in that room without Biner. It's almost as if the Citadel is sunless.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
I solved it. Gotta go home now.
So what?
He's gonna walk right up to Ina and hand Ina back the chessboard.
Thank you, Penny.
You're welcome.
While she does that, I'm going to cast my wild shape into the
Archer?
yeah. Thank you.
All good. Let's see if
I
I
think
have
so.
something that fits that. We'll give you a wing. That's kind of like a bow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Eldrick will see for the first time when he pulls out the star map the stars start to form on all his joints, and he starts to form into a symbol of an archer constellation.
Nice.
And he will. I get my mouse over. He will move basically behind and ready to fire it as soon as the barricade's down.
Okay.
Balthazar is gonna step in next to Biner and prepare a crossbow as well.
Hell yeah.
All right, Calcerix, I think everyone is ready.
The second you say ready, she starts pounding on the door.
Excellent. As Calcerix flies back and gets ready to slam into the door, we are probably gonna wrap up for today, just because it's gonna be a real big combat. It'll take us another 2 hours. I'm sorry, but it'll be a real exciting place to start next week, huh? But yeah, we're gonna hop into Stars and Wishes now. I'm so sorry.
How dare you?
I
I am
know.
insulted.
I know.
I am disgusted.
But yeah, we're gonna start with some Stars and Wishes. We're gonna start with Corey. Corey, do you have any Stars or Wishes?
My wishes is that we didn't end right now.
I'm so sorry.
And I feel like I should have a star. I liked all of the RP today.
Hell yeah.
It was real good.
It was some real good RP, I agree. Got some good lore about the characters. Any wishes?
Yeah, that we didn't end right at this moment.
That's fair. Yeah. I respect it. We'll hop down to Chris. Chris, do you have any stars or wishes for today?
Pretty much same thing. Good RP. Balthazar obviously needs to go to therapy.
Listen, I'm pretty sure more than half of the party needs to go to therapy at one point or another.
We're fine.
I'm good.
I'm very well adjusted, thank you.
Calstrick is good.
I mean, Balthazar is fairly well adjusted. It was only a minor freak out. He calmed himself down.
Pressing X to doubt.
I mean, you see he's back to his normal self.
It's fine. Any wishes, Chris?
Just looking forward to next week's fight.
Yeah, gonna crack some heads. All right.
Yep.
That'll bring us to Jen.
You could crack them right now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know, right?
Jen, do you have any stars or wishes for us?
Stars, just the same as everybody else. Wishes, just that nobody dies next week.
I'll cross
I
it off
make
my
no
list.
promises.
Ina's in the back, it's okay.
Somebody's gonna
Yeah,
die.
Ina is in the back.
Somebody's gonna die, and then the night caller is gonna whisper in Penny's ear and be like, "Oh, could just use their body."
Oh, that's a free body.
It's a free body.
That is very much a free body.
That's free real estate.
It's free real estate. Yep.
There
I
it
know
is.
twice about that with Balthazar in the room. I don't think she'd offer up any dead bodies.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. It's one thing to bring someone back to the dead, it's another thing to have someone else wearing a skin puppet.
But he was very nice about it. He was a very nice, ghostly car salesman. He didn't try to strong armor. That's good business. But yeah. Alright, Cosmic, any stars or wishes for you?
same as everyone else, I wish we didn't end here. I want to commit more acts of violence, and I want to see if there's more of those vampires.
Oh,
For
who
reasons.
knows? There might be.
Probably. As for wishes or stars is I liked all of the cool little RP moments, like with the god talk with Balthazar and Erky, and then the lover talk with Ina and Ophelia. Favorite though, Ophelia
Oh my god.
pulling that shit out
No.
with a message.
No.
And then Corey immediately regretting it less than 10 minutes later. I loved it.
Oh.
That was
I mean, I already know what the
Spend that
title of this episode is going to be.
Yes, Derek, do it.
So Derek, I unfortunately will have to drop out from this campaign.
But you're a fan favorite. You can't do that.
We're done.
Exactly. You don't run away from what you've created. That is simply cowardice.
Absolutely.
You own what you did.
Fine.
That'll bring us down to me. My stars and wishes for today. Stars, I liked Penny finally getting to talk on normal terms with Calstrix. I also really, I just really enjoyed that moment, Corey. I don't want you to feel shame about it. I want more moments like that. Those are great.
Boy.
The instant karma and instant regret.
Oh yes.
Lovely.
My favorite
Absolutely.
thing. I'll wait till we're off stream to say.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Oh my.
Ooh.
My wishes for next time is that you'll get to beat some dudes up. Oh, I also really like getting to use my NPC who knows about vampires to call Einer out their tricks. That was fun.
Good.
Oh yeah. But that'll bring us down to Ellie. Ellie, do you have stars or wishes?
I have two.
Ooh.
Penny learning Draconic and making a deal with a Crossroads demon to be able to do that is pretty freaking awesome.
He
so
could just be a
docile.
regular car salesman. Why
Yeah.
are you judging him?
He offered Penny an Accord, like a Honda Accord.
Exactly. That's specifically why I use that wording.
She got a Ford Focus.
Maybe
That is
Penny
a
doesn't
shitty
want a
deal.
Ford Focus, huh? Have you thought of that?
Oh no, oh, honey. My second one was messing with Biner while he's sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, you've got a big trunk. Like, come on. This poor old man is sleeping. Leave him be.
Oh.
You don't know what he did to us.
Oh
Yeah.
my
He
lord.
whipped out his scroll map.
He did! He tried to pull out his scroll map in front of a child.
I
True.
know. Can't believe this.
Think of the children.
Think of the children.
Exactly. The poor children. Look at Penny's sweet face. He's corrupted her.
No. There is mischief in those eyes. No innocence. But that'll bring us
I don't know
to...
what you mean. There's only pure innocence in there.
That'll bring us to RJ. RJ, do you have any stars or wishes?
My star today was big, thick trunk.
Yep.
And big dumbass.
What was the second one?
Being called a dumbass.
I'm glad you appreciated it.
My wish, longer sessions.
Absolutely.
Always.
So, yeah. So we're pretty much wrapped up. We're just gonna shoot the shit for a while, but you're welcome to keep watching my stream, friends, if you'd like. Dane says her wish is to sleep. Yeah. But while we're doing this, I am going to guss up Dane, my wife, because she makes me thumbnails. And she's made 2 more thumbnails, one of which is horrific and the other is adorable.
Give us
There's
the
a horrific-
Yeah, so I'm gonna share it on stream right now, but I have to adjust the zoom because it's zoomed in a little too much. So when I had technical difficulties and nobody was able to hear me, but you could hear everyone else, that episode is called Technical Difficulties, and Dane has made the most horrific thumbnail I've ever seen. So I'm gonna put that on stream, and I'll copy it into our chat because I know not everyone is on on the stream. So everybody gets a chance to look at it. It'll be in our Saturday talk.
Lips.
Yep.
Oh god.
Oh.
Why would she do that to you?
I don't know. I still love her though, because that'll get the clicks.
That is a big sad.
It's something. And then this is for What is a Friend with Penny meeting Calcerix for the first time. And I'll link this one as well, because this is adorable. I want to get my horrid face off screen.
Curse. Aww.
Yeah, it's sweet.
That seems totally accurate.
Absolutely. But yeah, no, whenever y'all watching the stream, whenever Dane is around, she is the one that does the art for us and for the thumbnails, and it's always amazing. So, thank you, my love. Just the best.
Perfection, please never stop.
Absolutely. She does it for love. It is art, Dane. He's questioning if it's art.
It is.
Yep.
It is
Absolutely.
the best of art.
Absolutely. So
Also,
yeah,
we like it.
yeah, definitely gonna be updating YouTube soon. But yeah, for everybody, thank you so much for watching. We're gonna close down the stream now, but y'all is fantastic. Can't wait to see you next week. And remember to subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Do all that like stuff. Ring the bell. Toggle the woggles. All of that shit that you have to do. And we'll see you next week. Bye. And
Subscribe.
Trying to figure out what was bothering me about the chaplet picture, and it's the fact that you're not wearing glasses.
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Like,